Hey guys, today we're going to answer the age-old question. Can you plant your onions and your potatoes together? Why should you do it? Why shouldn't you do it? What are the pros and cons of it all? I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. Let's get into this. Now, potatoes and onions are good to be planted about this time of year here in Tennessee. Typically, your onions, you're going to want to plant them a little bit earlier, probably toward the end of February, but if you get them in by now, you should be all right. So potatoes and onions do grow very well together. There are some considerations that you need to factor in when you do it, but they are widely regarded as a very good companion plant for each other. Now, the onions have some pest control type properties to them. They help to repel different things, and I'm really hoping that they do a good job at repelling voles. I've read where that is one of the things that they can repel, but among other things, potato beetles. Potato beetles are something that does infest the potatoes and causes some problems with them. So you do want to get rid of those if possible. And a lot of times companion planting does a few different things. It can mask the other plant that you're trying to protect with it, or they can be complementary, meaning that the nutrients that this potato uses are probably not going to be the same nutrients that these onions use, or at least not into a quantity that's going to hurt either one of them. So they can be planted together and do a very good job of utilizing the nutrients in a planting bed. Now, the raised bed you see right here is simply a fire pit. You can get these between $80 and $100 at various different stores, and they do a great job at being a raised bed. They hold the soil, they're open at the bottom, so you get plenty of moisture that goes right into the ground. And if you have root systems that extend deeper into everything, then it's just fine for that too. And that's where I'm going to be planting the potatoes and the onions. But the first thing is we're going to amend this a little bit with some compost. This bed, I filled it up a ways back with a combination of wood chips and leaves and grass clippings and different things in it. So it needs a little bit more of an amendment right now to get a nice mixture for planting. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do is amend this bed with some black cow compost. You can buy this at any of your local stores, and we're just going to mix it in to the planting bed. Start off by spreading it around real good, get a nice top layer, and then we'll kind of incorporate it into that top layer of soil. It will all eventually kind of go down into the leaves and the wood chips and help introduce some beneficial bacteria in everything. One of the reasons I really like this setup for doing the potatoes is because when it comes time to harvest, I can just lift the whole bed up, move it out of the way, and be able to easily access all the potatoes that are in this particular spot, into this bed. And so that's why I like these little rings. They're perfect for that. They're small, they're of a good enough size where you can grow your potatoes because they'll spread their roots out a little bit around here, and then they'll go down deep into this. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing, you might wonder, can I just do this with my grocery store potatoes that I have in the house? Well, the answer is you can take your chittiest potatoes and plant them right on away. Well, let's be clear. I am saying chit, C-H-I-T, not some other spelling. And what that is where your potatoes start to sprout roots and leaves and stems, and they start to grow. That is called chitting or chit. The potato has chitted. There's your English lesson, I guess, for this video. But anyway, you can take them directly from your kitchen pantry and plant them in the garden. Just be sure that you're planting potatoes that don't have any signs of rot or disease. If they've got a little bit of wrinkling on them, that's okay, as long as they're not rotting. But these are a Yukon Gold style potato that we'll be putting in the garden. That's one of my all-time favorite potatoes. Now, to do this, it's very easy. I mean, I'm going to just take these potatoes and I'm going to set them about where I want them to go. And then I'm going to plant them into the soil, probably about 6, maybe a little bit deeper than that, inches into the bed, 6 to 8 inches somewhere. And that's going to give them plenty of space to grow potatoes all the way up here. Now, once they've started to sprout, you can begin mounding up and around them and create a mound right here. So my potatoes are going to be central in the bed. And I'm going to put a ring around it with my little onions here. These are a Carmen onion. They're just whatever I found locally at one of the stores. And there's like a bag of 80 of them here. I'm not going to put 80 in this bed. I'm going to space them out so that they're about 4 inches apart. And to check my spacing, I'm going to just use a brick and I'm going to center it on that middle hole in the brick as I go around, and that should give me a pretty equal spacing for the onions. Now, one thing that you've got to kind of keep in mind is that the potatoes are going to grow bushy. They're going to grow out. So you're going to want the onions, in order to get maximum sunlight, to be on the outer edge. You don't want to create some sort of a pattern going in the middle. Just keep them around the outside. And I am a little concerned because this side over here gets mostly morning sun. They probably will not perform as well as the ones on this side, which gets sun almost the rest of the whole day. So those are just some concerns to think about. Onions will grow tall, so they may be able to get plenty of sunlight. The potatoes will grow a little bit bushy. Now, one thing that also makes them very compatible is the depth that you plant them at. Potatoes, you plant them about 6 to 8 inches, like I said a minute ago, but the onions are only going to be about an inch down below the soil surface, and then they're going to sprout out and grow from there. So they're not going to compete with each other directly. They also have kind of a soil pH that is compatible. They overlap a little bit. So if you're around a 6 pH, you're good for both of them. The other thing is moisture. The potatoes are going to probably soak up a lot more moisture than the onions will and be a little bit more tolerant to that. But the onions do need a fair amount of moisture to start off from. Later on in the season, they'll get a little bit more tolerant as they begin to grow of drought and lack of water. But right here at the beginning, we're going to want them to have plenty of moisture to get started and grow roots. Also, onions tend to have some rot problems if they get too wet. But a raised bed really accounts for that very well because it's got good drainage to start from. Now, one problem I have in my garden quite a lot of are voles. They are all over the place. And so I'm hoping that these onions actually form a little bit of a barrier, kind of a force field around my potatoes. Because onions and garlic and members of the allium family tend to be one of those plants that voles don't really like. And if you're not familiar with voles, voles are a rodent-like creature that likes to eat on roots. They kind of burrow under the surface of the ground and leave what looks like mole trails. And they love eating vegetables. I had them one year decimate an entire crop of sweet potatoes, and that was so disappointing. I've got quite a bit of this bag still left, so I'll be planting those in rows in another raised bed later, but I wanted to get this one started today, kind of get things going on these potatoes. Now with the potatoes, if you happen to have a tool like this, which actually has measurements on the inside, that's 4 inches right there. A couple more inches, so I'm probably going to want to go as deep as the top of this handle to plant these in the bed. So I'm going to just kind of move away the soil and everything and slide this down as deep as I can and give it some time to grow. Now, if you happen to have a natural resource like pine straw around, that's great because you can use it as a mulch right over top of everything. I had a landscaper who was cleaning up some stuff, need a place to drop a bunch of leaves and stuff, and he had a bunch of pine needles that came with it. And so that was great in the fall. They've just been sitting there. And before somebody says pineapples add, pineapples, we're not talking pineapples, pine straw adds acidity. Well, it does initially. If they drop and they're green and they go to the ground, they do add an instant amount of acidity, but it dissipates extremely quickly, and it's practically gone within a few days of hitting the ground. So right now there's no real big deal with putting it onto a raised bed as a surface mulch. So what I like about the pine needles is that they're so light, very easy for plants to come up and through, and it keeps that moisture down on top of it. But if you have something else like straw or grass clippings, there are lots of great options for natural mulches that you can use in your garden to cover your plants. And of course, here at the end, you want to make sure that you're giving it a really good drink of water. Make sure that the water is getting all the way down there to those potatoes there in the middle. Remember, it's got to penetrate 6 to 8 inches of dirt and soil under there to get to those little tubers. Now, because I'm planting in March, there's a good chance we will have frosts and freezes still to come. So if there is greenery that comes up from the potatoes, I'm going to need to come out and protect it with something, like a row cover type cloth, blanket, something like that. I avoid plastic for covering for that reason, because the plastic will just transfer right through with cold. The cold goes right through it with no problem if it touches anything. So you got to make sure that you're doing something that will actually protect it. So onions and potatoes do a good job of working together in the garden. So that's what I'm hoping here, that by companion planting the two together, that the onions will help protect the potatoes a little bit from voles and other pests, while the potatoes and the onions together are going to be complementary with the soil nutrition that they need. Now, sometimes it's a good idea to plant your potatoes with like a bone meal inside the soil. I didn't have any with me today, so I'm just planting and hoping for the best. I'll probably add some amendments to the top and allow it to trickle down. But we did add the compost, which is huge. It's a major thing for planting your plants. So if this was interesting or helpful, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Dave with Growing the Home Garden. We'll catch you next time.